Hello, my name is Harishangkari Rajasekharan. People call me Shankri. I'm from a small town. My high school was from a small town called Beruas in Perak, and I went to SMK Rajasekharan. Okay, I've been in HELP for almost 4 years now. I started my foundation in HELP University, so that was 1 year. And then I pursued my degree in Bachelor's in Psychology. So I'm in my final year of my psychology degree right now. So yeah. Well, I've been in the council ever since I started my foundation year in HELP University. So I was in the foundation department student council called HMC Leeds, HELP Matriculation Centre. And after going through the interview process for the selection, I was a vice president for the student council. So one thing they told us to always do, the one thing that we must do is to make sure that the students are comfortable in HELP University. Your time in university is very limited, so we got to make the best out of it. So once I ended my foundation year and I stepped into my degree is when I went into Student Representative Council, SRC, and there is when we were told to make sure the students are comfortable with the academics, with everything, the facilities, whatever their clubs and societies they're into, to make sure they have a wholesome experience of their university life. Besides that, we in SRC, in Student Representative Council, we are also the bridge between the students and the management. So whatever concerns and problems that the students raise up to us, we will try our best to solve it, and we will include the management in it in the decision-making process. So for example, if they have problems with the facilities, the Wi-Fi and whatnot, so we'll bring it up to the management. We'll say, hey, we have problems with the Wi-Fi, what can we do? And then we will lay out a plan and we try to solve it within a week. We'll try to solve it within a week. So that is one thing we do as a student council. The next thing that we do is, from time to time, the Ministry of Higher Education, they will call us for it's either a conference or a meeting or an event, and it could be any event. They will call us for events, and we will basically represent HELP University. We will equip ourselves with the knowledge of what's happening in HELP University, and we will go there. We will tell the minister and that is when we meet other student councils from other universities, and we will share our experience with them. And we are basically like the ambassadors of HELP University, if you look at that perspective. So yeah, that is another thing that we do as student councils. For me, I would say if you're passionate about something, you wouldn't see it as a burden to balance. If it was me, I am very passionate about helping others. Especially people who I know who are going through the same thing that I'm going through. I am an undergraduate, so I would like to help my fellow undergraduates because I know what they're going through. So I wouldn't say it's balancing. It's more of it's a hobby of mine because I like doing it. I like helping other people. So it's a hobby of mine. When it comes to the academic side, like my degree side, my assignments and whatnot, I feel like I'm very, very blessed with amazing friends in my batch. I'm very blessed with them. They will actually keep me up to date on quizzes that I need to complete or assignment due dates that I need to meet. So that is how currently I'm balancing both between student council and degree. But besides that, I also have you gotta be organized. Whatever it is, whatever you're doing, you have to be organized with your time and your environment actually. So what I do is that every day I do a to-do list. Is something like that. I do a to-do list, and every day I check one by one, and it kind of gives me a pleasure to cross it off. So it's a very fun thing to do. Once you complete something, you cross it off your list. I'm not going to think about you anymore. So yeah, in my opinion, if you're passionate about something, you wouldn't see it as a burden. So I don't see my student council obligations, duties as a burden. I see it as something that I like to do and I want to do it. So yeah. Oh, where do I start? I have, like I said before, I've been in the student council for almost 4 years now. So ever since I started my journey out of high school, out of the schooling years and into college and university life, it's been a total 360 change for me. I'm from Ipoh, so we don't really get much activities and events in Ipoh. So when I came to Kuala Lumpur, it's a big city. We have various types of events. So when I joined Student Council, like I said before, the ministry will call us for events, and sometimes other universities will call us for events as well. So one thing that I really brushed up was my communication skills. Once you go for events and you meet other student leaders, you will want to talk to them. You would go approach them, you'll talk to them. So basically I learned how to communicate with them, because different type of people, they have different communication styles. So if I talk to my friend, I can talk casually, but if I talk to a minister, I have to be formal and whatnot. So being in the student council really helped me to learn how to communicate with people, how to bring myself up, how to carry myself, and also keeping in mind that I'm representing the university, so I have to be in my good behavior and whatnot. So that's one thing that I learned being in the student council. Another thing is that in the student council itself, we will have many opinions. Right now we have almost 8 to 12 members in SRC. So there's many opinions, and to have the, I wouldn't say patience, but yeah, you can actually put it, to have the patience to listen to their opinions and take their opinions into consideration is something that I learned. While being in the student council is basically your adaptability skills and how well you manage, the different opinions, if you have miscommunication, how do you manage and whatnot. So yeah, that's one thing I learned also. Because it's a known fact that Help University, we have 2 campuses, one in Subang, one in Damansara, and some departments we are actually split into 2. As far as I know, it's the foundation. We have one group in Subang, one group in Damansara, as well as business. We have business in Damansara, we have business in Subang. So one thing that I realized that the Student Council needs to do is to bridge the gap between the 2 campuses. When I was in my foundation year, I could actually see that there's a gap between my foundation friends in Subang and also my foundation friends in Damansara, and it wasn't very nice. It wasn't a nice thing because when you go out and then you see someone and then that person says, oh, I'm from Help University too, I'm also doing foundation, but then they're from different campuses, so that's kind of defeats the purpose of a wholesome university life. So one thing that we plan to do is to bridge the gap between the 2 campuses, to make sure that the students know each other and they be friends, because you're spending your university life 4 to 5 years in university. You need that group of friends, you need the peers that you talk to. It's where you start how you talk, to communicate to other people, and it's how you develop your PR skills, if you can put it that way. Once you go out to the working world, it starts from your university life. So yeah, that's one thing that we really want to get rid of, the gap between the 2 campuses. Definitely 100%. I cannot tell you how many times I actually pushed my friends to join the student council, because it was really an eye-opening experience for me. I learned so much from being in the student council by going out to meeting other student leaders, meeting the ministers, meeting CEOs even. So I would definitely encourage students who wish to join student council to really do it. It really pushes you and actually explores your full potential. I never knew that one day I would be running a student council until I got to the position. It's a learning process for everybody. It's my first time being, running a student council. So it's a learning curve. We help each other out here and there. You don't have to have 100% experience once you join the student council. You join the student council, and that's where you learn and you grow yourself and make sure you become a better person at the end of the day. So yeah. One thing that I wish I were told when I started the student council was to be brave, was to not be afraid to speak up. You have the platform, you have the voice, use it well. Not many people will have this opportunity to encourage other students to do something good. And once you have the student council platform, you can do anything you want. For example, if you're passionate about education inequality, gender inequality, racism, you have the platform. You can use the platform wisely. So use it. Don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to speak your opinions. In a world where we still are battling with racism, gender equality, you name it, we're still battling. The list goes on and on. So don't be afraid. Speak up, be brave. And if you feel that you are scared to, raise your opinions, that's normal. Sometimes I also feel shy, like what if this is stupid, like people will like judge me and whatnot. So I would try to tell myself that the regret that I feel if I lose the opportunity is way worse than me, being stupid. So I don't like the regret feelings for me. I don't like the regret feelings. So I will use your time well in the student council and be brave. So yeah.